So let's start the podcast proper, yeah.
Right.
Hi, and it's Ichi. Hey, what's up, Ichi?
What's
Thanks
up,
for
guys?
coming in.
I'm seeing
Hey,
everyone.
bye.
Look, hi guys, 9 p.m. guys. Okay, guys, go. Okay, this is Firdaus.
Louis, nice
by the
hair.
way.
Louis' hair never changes.
Yeah,
Never.
Luis never changes.
Oh,
Even in DMT, it does not change.
Future YouTuber. This is. Bye. Stop it lah.
Bye.
This bye.
It's actually all of us already have YouTube account already.
No, me and Gideon combines one.
Yeah, we are sharing one.
We are sharing one. We are
No.
we are the combination of two annoying people.
Everybody's getting ready to cook.
Yeah,
Okay.
where's the ASMR, man?
I don't think you drink. Okay, but okay, let's let's get on. So today's topic of
You
a
joke.
okay,
Okay,
so
let's
Alright, proper. Hey.
let's go, let's go.
Okay.
Let me go
Let me
outside,
intro.
really.
Let me intro. Hey, what's up, guys? Mortality here, and today I have Jonathan, Gideon, and Min2, and we're going to talk about QuikFlag and do a little bit more chit chat and talk and all the coffee talk, whatever we're going to say. All right, so we're going to begin now, and let's go.
All right, so we have the first question from our big boss, and it's for Min2. Min2, the question is, so what's your plan to expand QuikFlag or to grow it?
Whoa. Wow, hit me with a big one right from the start, man.
That's super big.
Oh, right.
Okay, I would
Maybe-
say, right, okay. Let me introduce myself first. Alright, so guys, I'm Louis, also known as Min2 in the Nerf community. I play for hack.exe for Nerf and also GBI for paintball. So, QuikFlag, it's a competitive game mode that I've created, and it's a 5v5 format for players that want to, let's say, get their teams, pit themselves against another team, and of course, like trying to foster the competitive spirit within themselves. And so far, it's been great. You know, many countries have talked about it. Some countries have even like asked, like, "Oh, can we play QuikFlag over there as well?" Like, I know Sebastian from New Zealand. Shout out to him.
Yeah, Sebastian.
Yes, and then if I'm not wrong, Iron Rush even asked me like, "Hey, Min2, can we use QuikFlag and change it around?" I'm like, sure, why not? I mean, QuikFlag themselves, right? Itself is already from SpeedQB of Airsoft, where it's also the same thing, 5v5, teams against teams, a flag in the center, first team to get the flag to the other base. Almost the same thing, but just that I made a different one for Nerf. And wow.
That's good. That's good.
Good.
It was the original question because it was a big question.
It wasn't quite big.
That big
Okay,
question, I
why
think
that's
we
big
leave it like
question?
last lah, like
Yeah.
in between lah, you know.
You know, now there's another question. So okay, I think you have answered this lah, but probably you wanna like probably explain again. Where do you get the idea of QuikFlag, Min2?
Alright, so QuikFlag was like okay, so you want me to give like a short answer or like a story behind it, you know? Okay, I think I'll give a story. Yeah. So one day I was watching Airsoft on YouTube. I was like, oh, there's this bunch of guys running around with dye mask. Let me get my dye mask. Quick on.
And with that, Min2 is gone. So that's the end of our podcast, guys. Thanks.
No.
Greatly.
Let's guess how long he hasn't worn his mask.
Yeah, boy.
Yes.
6 months.
Few months. Running around with like these cool looking paintball masks around in the airsoft field, running around. Practically, you know how people play airsoft, like very slow, tactical, museum kind. But these guys are like on the contrary, you know, they are running around, sliding on the floors, diving on the floors. I was like, wow, that's like, and flanking people like mad. I was thinking like, oh, I want to try playing like that. But for Nerf, of course, we don't have airsoft, unfortunately. So I was like, oh, that's cool. But they even created a game mode which is called SpeedQB in airsoft. That where it originated from, it was from South California. They play at a few different places now, and somewhere around the world as well. Like a 5v5, team on team, flag in the center. Of course, everyone like spamming like mad. Once they hear a whistle, they're ooh, boom, 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 boom. So that's how like I see like, oh, that's a very fun game mode that we do not have in Nerf. And since I see so many teams like trying to play very fast, and then many teams growing up, many teams sprouting up, everywhere. It's like, oh, there's a different team here. Next time I come to a game, another different team over there. A few cliques form, then they form their own teams. I was like, okay, why not? We have this game mode where we can put teams against teams. Yeah, of course, like, because everyone's like making teams, right? Why not? We're like, oh, let's have some friendly competition, lah. So that's where I made QuikFlag, which is an adaptation of what SpeedQB is, but I twisted a bit of the rules and then called it QuikFlag. So that's how QuikFlag came about.
Well, thanks to you, Ben. Slow flag would sound boring, definitely. Just checking out the
Slow flag.
comments.
What's the slow flag?
Yeah, it's a joke that we keep making, right? It's slow flag.
But yeah, thanks for sharing on a little bit of the history, because as some of us who gradually get into the game for foam darts or Nerf, right? Eventually we do find out about QuikFlag and also about SpeedQB. And when you share with us, we were like, "Whoa, what's this SpeedQB?" And we watched, we were like, "Whoa, we're gonna make QuikFlag like SpeedQB one day." Yeah.
And also,
So that's the plan.
And also QuikFlag, I mean, it hasn't been played much this year and about last year because you were busy. So not everyone got to play in the QuikFlag game. So probably we should, have a video with it when we post
Yeah,
it.
man.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
vibe it totally. I still remember going for my first game. I think it was the second time that Luis hosted. Oh man, those were days pretty crazy. You see people jumping over the bunkers.
Barricade.
Yeah, the barricade. They were like using makeshift barricades by taking the table tennis blockers to put
Gideon, I think the first game that you and I played with Min2 or against Min2 was, I think, at the old Sims Drive.
Oh yes.
Yes.
But back then was like really like super back then. We had no support. We were just a bunch of guys coming together and have fun. And then back then Louis' team Hack was really active. Everyone was like, whoa, that team is insane, man. And Louis is a runner. It's like one thing after they sound the whistle, and within 5 seconds, he's behind you, shooting you, and then you're like, oh man, I don't even know where I got shot. It was crazy.
Yeah, man. All right. And actually, Louis, there's a question. So will QuikFlag become a national competition or maybe let's say international competition?
I mean, as things progress, right? I feel that that's definitely like one of the long-term goals. It's far-fetched, but I mean it's measurable. A long-term goal, national level. I think that's possible. That's definitely possible. Like people in Singapore, teams in Singapore, competing for like the best team out there or the most skillful team in QuikFlag. Possible, definitely possible. But international, maybe. I think it's quite possible because like overseas, there's if you guys didn't know yet, there's this thing in overseas called the Blaster Tag Association, where it's the main source for you to find all the competitive game modes that are played all over the world. So like Iron Rush in US, if I'm not wrong, I forgot what's the name. Oh my god. Sadly, I forgot the name. It's been a while, guys. Iron Rush.
There's another one from the Australians. It's not Iron Rush. I forgot what is it also.
I was deciding Brenda the other day. I forgot about it. It's called. I also forgot.
Somebody quickly go to Blaster Tag Association.
I'm on it.
Okay, well, you guys are googling on what we have, right?
King of the Hill, Iron Rush, FDT, Speedball.
Yes.
But the Australian one, I remember there was a name for it. I forgot it too. But
it's something to do with a box. Yeah.
So it's like there's so many game modes played overseas, right? So maybe we do not have like an official one game mode for the entire world yet. But I mean, with so many teams like trying to play competitively, trying to put their teams against other teams, it will usually with the like eventual progression of things. Definitely, I think that international events are possible, but it's just that we have to grow the sport first, grow QuikFlag, grow different game types as well, to make it go big.
The community is growing actually. If we are actually looking at it, and
it is.
And with with this community growing quite fast, I mean, for now, the CB period is not growing that much, but back then it was growing quite fast. So I think we do have a chance to make it national. I mean, if people are willing to join in the game and have more exposure to QuikFlag, yes. And one question for you, because right now you're gonna work with a Ryan on QuikFlag. So what are future plans that the both of you have, or the both of you have spoken about on QuikFlag? Anything that's changed, or there are plans that are coming up soon, or should have happened but it didn't happen?
Okay, maybe I'll let Ryan take this part.
Okay, well, we first started with creating our key appointment holders chat group, which is quite important because we need to rope in all the team, all the appointment holders from each team, so that we all come together, for the sake of QuikFlag. Because it's one thing that we always want is to have a competitive format. Because one thing that I have seen over the past few years is that competition formats has always been run by Min2, and being a game host myself, I do understand that hosts themselves do get host fatigue. So, it's only about time that we spread out and help balance him up, like support, support. But yeah, so it won't be no longer just like Min2, because I have seen in the past when I first started in 2018, hey Min2, QuikFlag lane, hey Min2, QuikFlag lane. Every single game I go, hey Min2, QuikFlag lane. I can see the sianness in his face. He's like, oh, okay lah. So we need to support him. Yeah. So we need to support him. And I'm glad that I think it was early 2019 or what? Yeah, it was early 2019. We for Division X. We hosted our first open QuikFlag training, and a lot of people came. I was really surprised. We hosted at Yishun. Yeah, unfortunately, I got point blank by Wolfie lah. Where's Wolfie? He's seeing this right now, right? But that's the nature of the game, man. Right? No pain, no gain. So yeah. But coming back to the plans, so we've already created the appointment holders chat group. We have been going back and forth multiple times for venue, because that's one of the most tedious things to get a hold of, because in order for us to run the QuikFlag format, we need bunkers or obstacles and all that. And we what's that called? We've even discussed about ideas of players bringing their own tents, like maybe 20 players come, each player bring their own tent, then we got 20 tents, play by numbers, that kind of thing. Or maybe going for an underground series of QuikFlag whereby we're playing at multi-story car parks, like those underground boxing kind of themes that we can go for. Because if we are always stuck to a particular venue and we cannot run QuikFlag because we can't have the venue, right? We are just limiting ourselves. So venue is one of the things, and something that was mentioned by one of the TNT guys, I wouldn't want to say further, because they're still in the process of getting the venue. They have a probable venue. Okay, that's so far that we know, but we also need to have source our own venues, right? But some of the appointment holders have also agreed that even things like even venues like Nissan ECC may not be conducive because of the open nature, and QuikFlag is quite savage. I wouldn't say like hardcore, but that's a really flying. Yeah, so it needs to be a proper enclosed space. Yeah, but other than that, yeah, venue. Yeah, that is the main thing that is holding QuikFlag right now. Venue, other than CB period and the virus. Okay, but our main issue is venue.
Yeah, Gideon got something to say?
Hello. No, just now, like what Ryan said was a good point, because for some of the venues, especially the free venues that we get, most of them come from community centers that are readily available for interest groups such as ourselves to use. However, they also come, and Singapore itself is a very contained, very tight, very squeezy place. So coming across venues that you can play, especially in a larger scale or fast scale, and for it to meet your conditions, such as it having very little people around, is very difficult to find. So for Nee East Community Center Community Club itself, imagine you're playing QuikFlag and darts are flying everywhere. From where we are playing, about 5 to 10 meters away is in fact the public road and public walkway. So imagine a pregnant lady pushing a pram or something like that, and then that comes over and hit. All of these are part of our considerations as well when we are hosting our game modes and our games.
Yeah.
Alright, there's a question for Min2 actually. Min2, would you consider QuikFlag being made in SG?
Made in where?
Made in
SG.
Singapore. I mean, it is though. Like, I mean, it's quite known in overseas. They're like, oh, Singapore plays QuikFlag. They play crazy blasters, spamming their darts like crazy at high FPS. They play like that. That's one thing they made. It's called QuikFlag, and it's almost like that. They knew that they already know that it's from Singapore. So I think would I claim it's made in Singapore? I mean, technically, yeah. As much as I do not want to admit it is. It is made in Singapore. But I think overseas people know that, yeah, it's definitely, as far what other people's impressions are, is that it's definitely made in Singapore.
Anyway, Zaruko said always support you.
Hey, Zoko!
Hey, he's here also. He's watching. Nice. Next one will be Jet, like going after him. Okay, so Chuck asks, how about tying out with paintball fields? So what do you guys think about going to paintball fields? Like, you know, because speedball is on paintball field.
Yep.
5v5. But what if we put in QuikFlag into paintball fields? Would it work?
Okay. So three oh my god, that's the next comment.
That's the next question.
So,
that's the next question.
So about paintball fields, right? I mean, I did think about it. It's like it's actually quite a viable place to play. However, if it feels like it's not giving QuikFlag the identity that it is. It's like indoor, tile floors or like concrete floors, and okay, we have some inflatables, but what I mean is like paintball field is quite large, and I would say it's not bad, but I mean, when people play QuikFlag, they always think about, okay, indoor venue, water, access, aircon, very nice floors to play on, all this lah. So I mean, I could venture into paintball fields, but it's a matter of like, I do not really want to, because I like to keep it indoors and quite accessible for people lah. If paintball fields, I mean, sure you can play it lah, but if you can play paintball fields, then sure, I think could just play paintball lah.
All right. Okay. So
or tactical games, you know.
Tactical
games, exactly.
I think Ryan can also
I've
share
yet to try that one day. I want to try.
paintball fields.
Wait, paintball.
You haven't joined yet,
I've been in NS.
I forget. Sorry.
Hey, I haven't used my tactical experience, you know, in your games.
Hey, let's get real though. Anything that's like BMT or SCS, just boo.
No, but I mean, I like to see how fun it will be to try that actually.
I mean, I can do it with you because we both
Effective or not lah, but I mean, I think it'll be fun lah.
Stack.
All
right, one more question to Min2 actually, and actually this question is, with the rising of 3D printed blasters, do you foresee the dissolving of branded blaster in SG?
Whoa.
Yeah, actually, this thing everybody can answer, but
I mean, if you guys like, I don't have any 3D printed blasters, you know.
yeah, because
Until now.
For us from Urban Tech, what we can say is that in the past we wanted to lay down the amount of 3D printed blasters that's coming in, because we just want it to be not say regulated but sort of controlled. Same word. So that we don't arouse suspicion. But with more 3D printed blasters coming up and about, we really can't control 3D printed blasters. So coming back to the question, do we foresee the dissolving of branded blasters in SGE? That really depends. I mean, of course, now finding a brand new inbox long shot is not really easy to get these days. So it's not easy for players. Yeah.
I mean, Ryan, you're 3D printing a stampede shell.
Yes, I am. Right. So coming back to it, because we want more, and the existing branded blasters. But let's not say Jet lah, because Jet, like Exus, for example, we mod it. It's quite good. But other things like the actual Nerf blasters that weren't meant to be modded, that's a limitation. So 3D printed blasters will, or I won't say will, 3D printed blasters are already here to stay, and we can't stop them. The only thing we can stop them is, rules like no black blasters, no realistic stuff and all that. Yeah, just those kind of regulations are hoping. QuikFlag sticker all over it.
This is a question like
I should make those.
Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of questions coming in. Like Bai is asking like why QuikFlag when you started out you're using 5v5, like why not 6v6, 3v3 or any other formats or combinations of players? Yeah, why 5v5 specifically?
I think 5v5 would be like 5 players in the team would be a good amount. Not to cause havoc, but not too little. To a point where it's like so many bunkers but only a few people. So 5v5 is not bad of a size, I would say, because like you have a lot of communications with your own 5 teammates or 4 other teammates. And 3v3 I could venture into it as well, because I do feel like, when I play in Potong Pasir, it's 5v5 is kind of squeezy, a bit for 5, but it's definitely it's still playable. But now let's say about 6v6, I think people will would start to not play already, because they're like, 6v6 they cannot hide in the bunkers properly, they'll get shot easily, then they were like, I'm out of the game. It's not really fun for them because they're not staying in the game that often or that long. So I think it's quite relative to like how big is the playing area and how many obstacles there are. However, I really want to try like we at the end of one QuikFlag game we have like 10 people on one side, 10 people on the other side, and just like just go at it.
Okay.
So does that answer your question?
Yeah. We have one very important question for you, Luis. Now that you're more free, slightly more free than you were in the past few months. When is the next QuikFlag?
After the CB. When is it?
Yeah, when is it? Can you give us a date?
Okay, we do not. Okay, we do not have a date yet, but definitely I can say for sure one is in the works. We have been discussing a lot. We've been putting in effort during this whole CB period on like where should we play, what new changes should we make into the game mechanics and stuff like that. So I can tell you one thing's for sure, we are definitely thinking.
Yes, and our appointment holders are itching.
Yes, even myself, guys.
And
even myself. I haven't seen every one of you in so long time.
I was supposed to host a QuikFlag, just like in
QuikFlag is not bad though, I would say.
The previous one, yeah, but then CB hits. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've been to the previous one. It happened.
Just nice. Bosjan just asked, is QuikFlag game mode playable for younger players? And you just mentioned QuikFlag.
It's not really called QuikFlag. I made QuikFlag with streamlined blasters. So it's not called QuikFlag. It's still QuikFlag.
I mean, I would say, right, QuikFlag or QuikFlag. QuikFlag would just be like, taking the flag to the opponent base, done. Blasters, they do not really matter, I would say. Like streamlined players, just go play.
I mean, previously when I hosted it in Pasir Ris, Min2 was there. I think Gideon, I don't know if you're there, or Ryan, you were there, but I think we saw like some of the kids, they really know how to play. They know what the objective is. Yeah. I think that's more of an objective based thing actually for QuikFlag.
But didn't you guys require more like marshals to oversee, because it was not 5v5, right, for the kids flag?
It was 5v5. It was 5v5.
It's 5v5.
It's 5v5. But I feel like QuikFlag itself, right, it does not really matter what blasters you're using. It's the game. It's just the game. It's not blasters. like QuikFlag has to be Stefan Blasters. Not really, just a game mode that you can play.
So
I
by us,
agree.
by us another
I
question
mean,
about
okay,
QuikFlag.
bye.
Let Ryan finish. Let Ryan finish. Come on.
Okay, let's try.
Alright.
Ryan.
Okay, so yeah, it doesn't really matter what blasters. I mean, the last quick flag at Potong Pasir, we are seeing Min2 running around with a flywheel.
Yes, we have Min2 running out with flywheels. I mean, I've
Oh
seen.
my goodness!
I think besides Min2 running, actually that's a surprise though. He seldom runs around with flywheel.
It was fun that day. Okay, it was really fun.
I know.
I mean, there are
saw
many
you
different
having
things.
fun.
We saw many different blasters coming out that day, like I don't know, sub even being used.
I would say like
The first stampede in the quick flag.
ooh,
Oh
you
yeah,
claimed it.
yeah.
But I'll say right, honestly, I feel for people who play Stephens exclusively, right, try playing streamlines against another team of playing streamlines. Like both, or even try stock versus stock. I
you're
think
good
right,
with
you
it.
still have the same amount of fun. I feel it because I came from like playing competitions or Nerf competitions since like 2013. Yeah, 2013.
2012. That's the first competition.
The dart
13,
tag
mine was
era.
13.
Yeah, that tech era.
That tech era, that was wow, really fun, really fun. My primary school friends together, we just team up and play 3v3. It was that tag, so it hit you, it tags up, it stays there. I mean, that was a good innovation by Nerf lah. Sadly, they discontinue it, but I'll say like it's like you're playing stock against stock. It was really fun because everyone's on the same level. Everyone just wants to run for the flag, capture it, get the points. I mean, what I'm like trying to foster is not about like getting very strong blasters against strong blasters or whatnot. It's just trying to get everyone to play this really competitive game mode, or rather a competitive style game mode. Not really a very competitive, but a competitive style game mode.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, this game mode is competitive. You don't really need a strong blaster to play. You can use anything, like a sword. I assume like Gideon will be running around with melee.
Yeah.
I
I
haven't
think
let the rule pass yet though.
Hey, I'm using a blow
not
pipe.
like just about what blaster we use because
Yeah.
strong versus strong, and then what is it's more about it being balanced. You know,
Yeah.
if both teams have line or both teams have stock or both teams even have swords and shields, I think it'll still be pretty intense.
I mean,
Pretty-
because if you're a strat and you have skills, why not?
Yeah, definitely. Like let's say we have like a team of players with rival unmodded ones, really stock rivals, and another team with not stock rivals. I'm very sure, 100% sure they have the equal amount of fun,
Yes.
and that's what I'm trying to like build up lah.
Sounds good.
Because you don't need that strong blasters to have fun.
Yes.
Nope. You don't.
All right, now the
I
very question.
was also like past 200 accuracy is not there anyway, right? But I've seen the effectiveness. You just literally ran up and you took out my team, and I'm like, whoa! I saw the videos like, whoa, what the heck?
Yeah, you don't really need that much of a FPS to play a quick flag.
Exactly.
Close range. Yeah. So there's another question by John. Okay, so but this considering location though. I mean, he's asking if let's say CC which have a 2 full badminton court indoor space, would you want to book this hall for $400 for 4 hours? I think this question is I can answer for you guys. So first thing is in urban tactical or in the Nerf community, most of us are the host rather, it's we are all volunteers, you see. We do not get paid or get jobs for this. So if we really want to rent a location for cost and we are getting players to come, we are actually giving our own pocket money to pay for this location. But if let's say players are willing to pay to enter to this location and play, we actually do not mind renting this hall that you say is for $400. Now, with that being said, the 3 CCs or the few locations that we have when we are playing our Nerf games is they are sponsored locations by the CC because we have a collaboration with them. We come to terms. That's why we are allowed to use the CC and the space. So it's not really about us trying to book the space. It's more of looking for places to play where we can have maximum of fun and use the least amount of money. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, we are all working adults, kids, parents, and all that. Yeah. Or some of us are even studying. So, you know.
To add on to what Jonathan is saying regarding these CCs, Well, $400, although it may not be a lot, especially if you have 30, 40, 50, maybe even 60 people attending, and then you split up the cost. But all of these is still cost. And then when it comes to money, with us being in organization, but not an official one or a registered business. So money, especially when it comes to that, becomes a slightly more touchy matter. For $400, well again, as compared to a $0 venue and a $400 venue, I think we would try to always go for $0 venues, as that is the easiest for us, the host, at least from the host perspective, to see. As if you don't need to worry about the venue cost, all you need to worry about is the logistics setup and tear down of the actual game place itself.
All
So
right.
don't mind if
go
I
ahead.
add on.
No, please go ahead.
Because like I see $400 for a hall. Actually, I mean to us it's like, oh, okay, quite affordable. But if we have to take out the amount of like players that are coming to play as well, so I would say like, let's say a good day will be 50 players. That will be about $8 a person. Well, it may be okay, but I feel like it's a bit high. A bit high. Like for now, maybe like let's say for the past history, since history, Nerf games do not cost a single dollar to join. There's no entry fee. There's no cover charge. But
Your
I was
entry
like,
fee is your blaster.
entry fee,
and your
cover
darts.
charge. So it's like
Except for
it's
private
for-
venues lah.
yeah. So like for suddenly charging or asking players to pay that amount of money to just play for 4 hours, right? Well, it seems okay lah, but it's like number one, we have to see whether players are okay with it and whether having a entry fee affects how many players will come to play as well.
Especially because like we have also kids or like youth that are coming. So $8 to working adult, you and us, is perfectly okay. But for the younger kids, we must also factor in consideration. For example, if you're hosting kids flag, and then you charge $8. So
for a kid, it's like $40.
Can you imagine like a parent would be like, oh, okay, for my 5 sons.
5 sons in
So-
Singapore? That's a lot.
Got 2 sons.
My 5 sons.
Ryan is
$40.
only got 2. He said he only got 2.
But on like a real note, right? That time I went to a Nerf competition in like 2013. My team that I was originally gonna face, they bailed out because of the 2013 haze. So another team on the spot they just signed up for 3 people, like I think $15 a person. So the mom was like $45, go and play.
Whoa, I would have done
Was that the Nerf Dart Tech one?
Yeah, it was a Dart Tech one.
Dart Tech, yeah. Dart Tech was like for 2 years, I think. About that.
Sadly, we were against them and they lost quite badly, so I feel bad.
Okay, there's a question. There's a thing that I think this is a question that is in the rules, but I'll go ahead and just explain this. So bunkers position at the same location if QuikFlag is hosted by different hosts. I would say Min2 every time change the layout of the game area, but the only thing that when you change is I think he make it symmetrical. Am I right?
Yes,
That's right.
I let my host be like very flexible about it. I just told them just be symmetrical and let them have fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so how
So
is
that
point given
each
to-
time we go for QuikFlag, right, it's always a sort of a different playing area, playing style. Yeah, and it really has a lot of flexibility for that. Yeah, if not, if it's always the same fixed position, we'll be like, yeah, same thing again.
Min2, you want to explain how you? Oh, sorry, no, I carry on first. Sorry.
I was gonna add that's how like we don't play. Usually we play car parks. It's the same venue, same wall that we hide behind. Change it up a bit lah. Every single time they come and play QuikFlag.
Well, we can't change walls, but we can change bunkers.
Yes.
Change the whole thing.
UT does it well. They change tents.
We don't change tents. We just change the location of the tents.
Change location of changing tents.
As long as it's symmetrical, I think it's all good. Especially since like if you leave it there for a long time and then you keep holding the same like positions for every single game that you do, you put your layout exactly the same. Soon there will be choke points that are discovered. Soon there will be exploits that will be taken advantage of. But if you make it symmetrical and you keep changing it up, it will be a new adventure for every single team, every single time that they go for our games.
And yes, Min2, actually, I think some people have not played. I think we've been talking a lot about the general the very depth of QuikFlag over the past of our history that we have played and our experiences. But some people here have not played or been to QuikFlag before, so they want to know how QuikFlag works, how you score a point. Would you want to explain it?
All right. So what you do is there'll be I explained in the start. But all right. There'll be two teams of 5 people, so 5 and 5.
You want to join?
They are all positioned on the different ends of the field. There'll be a flag in the middle. Let's take the pen as a flag. So their objective is, let's say they get a flag. Their objective is to take the flag and then go to the other end. So that's how you score a point in QuikFlag. But of course, having the opponent team on the other side, they are trying to stop you from taking the flag and then putting it at their starting point. So it's I wouldn't say tug of war, but it's like 2 teams trying to achieve the same objective, but the only way they can change or get this objective is to take the other team out or develop some smart strategy, to take the flag and put it on their opponent's base.
Thanks
So that's
for
how
the drawing,
QuikFlag
John.
works. So I feel like I should put a nutshell of QuikFlag, like, in the rules, TLDR, QuikFlag.
So okay, the best.
A one-pager quick TLDR.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
John is trying his best to illustrate how QuikFlag is.
Okay. But
Thank you,
Min2,
John.
you do have the QuikFlag link on a Blaster Association, right?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Okay. So
Blaster Association.
if you want to see where the QuikFlag rules are, it's on just Google Blaster Tag Association.
It's
You'll
okay.
be-
We'll put a link here. Link
We'll put
here.
the link somewhere. Yeah, where we are.
When this goes to
Yeah.
YouTube.
When this goes to YouTube, yeah, we'll
Yes,
put it
yes.
there. It'll appear in Min2's face like QuikFlag.
Oh shit.
I don't know. Somewhere. We'll put it somewhere.
Here. All right, and we have more questions coming in. Actually, there's like a few. So that's the question is can QuikFlag be hosted by anyone or any team? Do you get
Okay.
permission?
Okay, my
And I
answer
think you have
to
answered
that
a lot of
is
times.
yes. Go ahead. Really, just go ahead.
Just go ahead.
The
Just
more
go ahead.
you
Host.
host QuikFlag out there, right, or with your own teams or at your own games, the more people will know about QuikFlag, the more likely are they wanting to play more QuikFlag. Because QuikFlag is short, everyone does not get to play that full 3 hours. They only get to play like a few games out of the 3 hours. Everyone is hungry for more games. So having a bit of QuikFlag in your own game is also helping to grow the sport. To add also, but sometimes I do like to host my own QuikFlag, so that I have the location, the floors, the conducting of me. I know I sound a bit self-centered lah, but yeah, the conducting of me, it's more I'll say a little bit more official, but I definitely welcome teams to host it for themselves as well. They do not have to get permission. As long as you guys say, "Oh, I'll host a QuikFlag," a lot of people came for that day. I'll be happy.
I mean, yeah. We also I mean the one that I hosted at Pasir Ris, the turnout for Streamline was big, and we actually had fun. But the only problem is it rained. If not, we would have actually more fun. Yeah. So we actually had a very short advanced game at the rooftop, but actually we did have some fun. Yeah. And actually, so what are the rules for blaster limit of flywheels or full auto blasters in a team? I remember it being 2. Have you lifted the limit already, or is it still the same?
Okay, I do have plans. I have to check my rule set again because it's been 6 months, guys. I kind of forgot. More than 6 months. Okay, so I've tried two flywheels only that limit in one team. I felt like I could use more flywheels in one game. Like more people could utilize the rate of fire of flywheels. right? Like you see, everyone's like just pumping their long shots, their sabs, their peps, everything. But we don't see people with flywheels like rushing into the center, trying to take out everyone, all that. So what I do plan is that I do plan to lift this rule out, and if I get to see a five-man team of like full auto flywheels, I like to watch it, man.
I mean, a full auto team of flywheels, that's gone. That's almost a gone case.
Because you see,
team.
it's like it's balanced. It is balanced.
It is
The
balanced.
Americans, or rather, I don't say the Americans, sadly. The people overseas, they ask me like, "Hey, Min2, why are you not allowing like 5 full auto blasters in one game or in one team?" I said like I could, but I like to test things out first. Then I realized that okay, flywheels do not hit as far as long shots and springers,
But it's fast.
but they are faster. So you see, it's I would say nothing, but it's balanced in a way. So why not? Just go ahead. So I think from next QuikFlag onwards, right, I shall try lifting out this rule and see how it goes. I really want to see a 5-man team of full auto flywheels. Make that happen, please.
Okay, guys. So you heard him say the next QuikFlag, right? Everyone just bring a Nemesis and a Prometheus. That's all. That's all you need for QuikFlag. Nothing else. Just balls
Those
all the way.
OP, bro.
Just balls.
That
That's
one
all
I
you need.
feel like there's a limit.
But the rounds still is a limit, 60 balls
Yeah, 60.
or darts per round.
It's gonna be like paintball. 60 balls. I mean, it's gonna be like paintball, just balls all over the place. 60 balls
The
is enough
ammo
for you to spend.
restriction. You should leave the ammo restriction, and then everyone bring Nemesis, and then 5. Oh man.
The more you bring ammo restriction,
Wow,
that's it.
I lift off the restriction. You want to ask for more, yo?
If you leave off the ammo restriction, it's gonna be like speed QB. Everyone just bring a Nemesis and a Prometheus, right? The whole place is just balls.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Especially in close area, so you don't need to worry that every shot is like 50 cents, Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was actually this discussion that I had with Min2 over at the QuikFlag KH, and that was about team. What's that called? Team tactics, right? So whereby even if you know that you do have the 60 dart, 60 ball limitation, but you have another player having another 60 darts or balls, you can just ask that player for his ammo, because there's nothing in the rule set that says you are not allowed to pass your own ammunition to your own teammate. So yeah.
Mid game.
But if only if you're alive. That's what Min2 have brought the rule.
Correct.
Only if you're alive. Yeah.
Only if you're alive. But there's also another rule set. He didn't state that players are not allowed to put magazines and dump in one location.
You can slide magazines across, I give it to you.
Yeah.
But you're pre-planted. I'm not gonna allow that.
No. I mean, I remember this. I remember why this rule came into place, because it was one of the DVX matches. I think Gideon, you should remember. The one where we have one person, there's 2 people left in the game, and then Akim Blaster went down, and then everyone just starts sliding blasters with him.
I allow that. Really, I allow that.
It was just hilarious.
Just don't scratch your floors, guys.
True. All right, so let's move on to the next question. I think the next question is do you have any plans for QuikFlag to be a competition where there are bragging rights prizes?
Okay, so that's quick. Right from the start, I feel like QuikFlag should be just only a bragging rights competition. Because I do not want to incorporate money into this. Like people will start admitting they're not hit and whatnot. I've been through competitions. People, when there's money involved, right, people will not call the hits. It's not fun. So I plan to make it like bragging rights only, where a team will get this like title, then they have to defend it next year. Just a bit like Speed QB. However, let's say like some company wants to sponsor us for QuikFlag, QuikFlag events, want to sponsor some gifts or prizes, right? Of course, I will have lucky draws.
Yes. Okay, that's good. That sounds good and fun.
It's all in my head right now. It's not acted upon yet, but I did think this through like a few years back.
Actually, wait. I do have a question regarding. I mean, let's going back to Blasted. I just thought of this. What about enabling a shield for QuikFlag? Which means not a full body shield.
Okay.
A handheld circular shield that's possible. Like probably a size of a MacBook.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna use a MacBook as a shield.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Not
use a new
MacBook as a shield,
MacBook
but
for a
like
shield.
a small size shield. Let's say the size of like this.
And that's not a shield already, what?
So you're gonna literally like,
Okay,
If
no.
you block, you might as well use your blaster and then you flip it sideways.
this is a shield. Use this as a shield. Look at this. This is a good shield.
But okay, I would say right
It's like
from the
shield.
start, I did think I was like, I don't really want shields in QuikFlag because like it's blocking off too many things. You block off, you can easily block off like a entire area of, or you can easily just flick darts away.
What about what about melee weapon?
Melee weapon.
Say like a
Yeah, like a 5 versus 5 melee.
what? That's not.
Okay.
You just want it right, Gid. You want
Yeah,
to
it's
kill
like,
me again.
Just like it
You
is,
just want
you know?
a 5v5 gladiator fight, right?
Yes, I want a 5v5 QuikFlag
Yeah,
gladiator fight.
I will play that. I will
No,
play that.
If you have 5v5 melee, right? You know what? Imagine, you know those 5v5 boxing matches? Those
Yeah,
Russians.
it's like,
Go 5v5. I'll say melee, right? Okay, maybe I'll think this through first because there's a lot of things to check for me. Like I have to check whether is the melee, is the sword or axe or whatever the melee. I don't say weapon here. Also.
I think we just, how about when we want
Oh, yeah,
we want to enable melee, right? We just bring the foam noodle, the pool noodle,
you
the
know,
foam one.
the
Yeah,
one
and then
like-
the long reach. Just let them use that. That'll be good.
Long
Okay, I'll
range,
keep
then
that
you like,
within my view first.
Oh,
lah.
let's go. You'll see
Keep that within my view. lah.
you'll see the foam noodle going like this.
But you do know that okay, I've not mentioned this yet, but I do plan to enable I've been talking about like blaster hits. So this could also define as a blaster or a tool or a blaster or toy or whatever. So okay, all I can say for now is that I'll keep in view. But no promises no promises. Shields a bit cannot cannot.
Okay, boss
So you
ask
wait
a
to the
question.
day- You wait to the day that we can play with pool noodles.
Yep. Okay, boss ask a question.
Okay, you just go to the swimming pool.
No, you QuikFlag in a swimming pool. Hey, that'll be good though. I want to see a QuikFlag. in a swimming pool.
that would be like what's it called, water polo.
No, flywheels are
Sentosa,
not allowed.
bro.
Flywheels are
PG
not allowed.
Sentosa.
Motorized flywheels are not allowed. So you can use. Okay, boss is asking a question. So boss John want to ask, what if we have a QuikFlag game with a mixed team, but only the ladies are allowed to capture the flag?
Oh, you guys are trying to pull in your girlfriends, your friends or your wives into the game, is it?
Hey,
My wife won't join.
that way we can do that way we can do 6v6. So you and your partner.
I would say it's possible, but it's like you do know that you have specific key people to eliminate first, right? So that they can't
No,
capture the
then
flag
the
at all.
guys can't shoot the girls. Ah, there you go.
Oh, this like this is like PE all over again, yeah.
No, or we just do like what, couple flag, like couple fight out.
What flag?
Couple flag, 4v4s, that's all.
Oh.
V-Day flag.
I mean, if we put it as like a public event, right? Good idea though. Public event,
V-Day event.
like yeah, those like back in 2015. You guys weren't there, then. Back in 2015, we used to have this thing called Nerf Fiesta. It's
That was
event.
not
It's
Hasbro
really-
one, right? It was just a nerf singing thing, right?
Yeah, it was done by
Was it?
JJ.
Oh yeah, okay.
So he hosted these events to like a one-day event to promote nerfing as a hobby in Singapore lah. So let's say we were to have a game mode for, let's say, to promote QuikFlag, but to couples. I mean, it's possible. It's like, but definitely people have to sign up as couples lah. So,
Families.
but it's like a family game lah. I feel it's like you're trying to get people from the public, right? Like those people that do not play NIC Nerf at all
To join.
come join us in this nerfing hobby, right? It's a good idea though.
Family team QuikFlag was, yes, actually we did that. That's the Pasir Ris one that we did QuikFlag with them. Some of the parents played. They turned out quite well. Yeah, there's a QuikFlag rule. Wolfie asked. So if a player caught not calling hit by the marshal, will the player be suspended during the next round, or is that an infraction given and then the team gets a penalty?
All right. So going over my Blaster Tag Association rule set. The rule set is that player decides to play on despite being hit. So so the penalties for that is that the opposing team gets the point. If it's even worse, let's say like this guy continues to play on and takes out another player on the other team. So let's say he keeps playing on, then taking out another player on the other team, meaning that it did make a significant impact on the chances of winning for the opposite team. That would result him in not being able to play, and the team has to start with four people of their team, 4 members for the next round. Okay, I think I should elaborate a bit lah. QuikFlag is 3 rounds. So let's say first round, right? Oh my god. Okay, I should put it up here. First round, let's say guy from team A, he gets hit but do not call it, and then he continues playing on. So the first round goes to team B because team A playing on. Then the in that second round, right? They have to start. Team A has to start with 4 members, while team B starts with 5. So it's like if you do not call, we do not stop the game immediately. We just say, can you continue playing first? But we'll just give the point to the opposite team. So it's like you do not know, a player does not know, like let's say a player cheats lah. They do not know if they've been caught or not, you know. So yeah, it feels like it gives a bit more of an effect on them to like really put in their integrity into the game.
Who's this? Okay. Okay, that's nice. That's good. Yeah, but I think that's a good rule that you came up with, so that it allows the team to
Have some integrity.
yeah, to have some integrity.
Yeah.
Actually we did I think we did encounter a few times, right, in this when we were playing. Yeah. I mean, it's not used to it, but we did try. Yes.
I feel like, you know, people not calling it hit is always a touchy topic. So
Yeah, it is.
I
I mean,
don't
we
think-
had a few disputes back then, lah. Yeah, you know.
I don't think it's just a QuikFlag issue. I think it's like any
nerfing,
kind of.
I think in any community, yes.
It's like how you
Any
see
contact sport community,
always
it's
like
an issue.
videos, cheater or whatever. Yeah, in every sport there will be. For ours, yeah, definitely. But I think so far so good. You know, the numbers of cheaters are still really low. You know, you just have occasionally 1 or 2.
Yeah, I mean, like
It-
with
You're a
the
bit
higher
echoey,
FPS
Git.
Oh. I'm
Oh.
Oh.
I mean, like with the higher FPS, right? I mean, you don't want to get shot multiple times repeatedly,
Yeah.
and then after that, you know, start complaining because someone is bullying you. Yeah, then after that, then you'll be like, we all know you're cheating.
yeah.
I
And
don't
let's say,
complain.
like-
I scar that player for life. So I'll always tease Haslan for point blanking me.
I mean, like, you know, me and Justin aims for small objects. So yeah.
Then I'll say, in addition to it, let's say the player says, I do not feel it.
I don't got inside joke there lah, but I try to give it away. So let's say like a player says, I do not feel it. What I'll suggest is try playing with 1 t-shirt on. Okay, just try.
How about we don't play with t-shirt on? Just play.
Okay, even better. This one thing confirm, right? You hit, you should
No, you know what? Just spam away, boy. It's QuikFlag. Who said no spamming?
Yeah. Just spam.
Yeah, I like the rule of just spam till the person
It puts
surrenders.
the head up. It puts the hand up.
Who can take more hits?
I spam until I was out of darts, last player left in Div X, and against 4 other GBI, and I just stood up and just walked and telling myself, please hit me.
Hey, that's
'Cause I
giving
got
up. No. Hit me, man. I can take as many hits as I want.
But yes, touchy topic about players not calling out hits, because it does happen. It does happen. Some players
Yes.
have even told me that I don't hits, and that's because but those are not QuikFlag, but those are in other games whereby
Normal
I probably
games,
hit
yeah.
my vest or what, and I can't really feel it. So yeah,
Change man.
yeah.
I'm a change man. Nice. All right. Okay. So how about we have two more questions before we wrap it up? Yeah. Okay. So
one question.
second question. Yeah. Gideon, you want
One
to present the question?
This question was posed by Ryan. His question is to Louis, and the question is, do you create QuikFlag just for the chick?
I mean, he has a chick right now, right? But it's not because
Yeah,
of
that's my
QuikFlag, is it?
girlfriend. I think she might be watching this though.
Wait, what do you create the chick? Do you create QuikFlag for this question, right? So,
Huh?
is it because in Potong Pasir there's a chick, that's why you wanted to create QuikFlag?
Who?
Yeah, Rachel.
Who?
Oh no.
Who?
Oh no. Or you're trying to attract some,
Who?
I
But
think your
for
girlfriend
real-
just came on. Is your girlfriend Naomi?
Yeah, she is.
Oh, there she's here. She's online. Oh no,
Oh
she's watching this.
no.
Oh no.
Oh no, that's a question.
Lucky my
Okay,
girlfriend is not
but
online.
for real. No, I did not.
So are you just
seriously.
saying it because she's online, or is it because
Oh, you want to stir shit with me, very good. Stir shit, very good.
My idea.
Right.
We all thank Ryan.
Okay, can I just say first, Rachel is my team member, and she does help out for Potong Pasir CC. So did I create for her? No. Why would I do that?
what?
But why would I create a game mode just for a girl? Why?
I see how your girlfriend just replied. I see how it
Create
is.
this. Yes, I did.
Mm. Yeah, because I remembered you tell me that for anything related to Potong Pasir, Rachel is one of the person to go to,
Yes.
and I believe she's one of the YEC over there.
Yeah, she is.
She's a YZ over there.
Yeah, she's a YEC. So just like Gid's a YEC over at ECC, so Rachel's also a YEC over at Potong Pasir CC also. Yeah. Yeah,
Look at the
but
comment
I
on this
apologize for that question.
Oh no, Ryan, you
Yeah.
didn't know that. Someone was watching.
Hi Naomi.
Please.
All say hi.
Naomi.
Yeah, on
Oh,
camera.
okay, the
Thank you, Ryan.
girlfriend.
Thank
Okay.
you, Ryan.
Okay.
It was my question. I take the blame for it. Yeah.
Okay, so actually, right, let's go okay, I mean there's one more question, yeah. So this last question that's on topic of getting, I mean everyone nowadays in the community likes to hunt for a very special item. It's called a patch. So now boss is just asking, or rather, yeah, boss is asking, so will QuikFlag get a patch?
Simple answer to that. Have more people to play QuikFlag. Then I'll make a patch.
Okay,
Go to
okay,
spot.
okay.
Honestly, go to spot.
How about this? What's your
Yeah.
limit before you get a patch?
Wow, you guys really want to play metrics,
We will get the numbers for you. You give us the go.
I gotta ask Beach Road, like, what's the minimum order quantity, all that.
Yeah, we have our contacts.
Yeah, I mean Ryan's rich. He can just pay for you, so it's okay.
Oh,
Exactly.
right, they're airing you now. But okay,
Boss, you're saying this, we'll tap into UT funds.
Yep, boss will pay for it.
I'd like to say that QuikFlag is very grateful that UT is paying for our QuikFlag patches.
The thanks does not just go to UT, but indeed Ryan, because he will be the one that is paying for us.
Yes. Thank you.
All cover backside, all cover backside. Okay, but honestly, right, I feel that it is definitely one of the things on my list that I really want to make. Like, patches, little like merch, things that put QuikFlag onto something, like you put a QuikFlag patch on a backpack, and then you're like, oh, people ask you what's QuikFlag, you can explain it to them. You wear a QuikFlag shirt, you can explain it to them. I do want to make merch, but right now it's more of like, let me get QuikFlag started again. Because right now, COVID, I was in NS, I'm in NS. I want to get QuikFlag started again, have like a very decent and growing active QuikFlag, I would say community, but player base. Then I'll probably start on a merch.
Okay. So sorry. Last question. What's the current plan for QuikFlag? I think you answered that. And so what are we gonna expect from now?
Oh.
This is the last question.
Right, you want to take that or should I take that?
Could you repeat, because I was looking at the comment section.
No, it's in your comment section.
Okay.
The
Because
last comment of the last
Boss John
comment
was like, Ryan Pay. I'm like, okay, I shot myself. Okay, what is the current QuikFlag plan for QuikFlag? Okay, so coming back to this, we've already done the key appointment holders group, right? And this key appointment holders group is here to support Min2 because once again, hosting by yourself, you can get hosting. When somebody hosts by themselves, that person will eventually get host fatigue. So the only way to move forward is to have a good team support. So then we can have more plans, because there's been a lot of discussion, right? But really, because of the CB and the virus, we are not able to do anything. And even before the CB and the virus, we were being held back by the election. Yeah. So
Wait, there was an
just
election?
stay tuned. Yeah, there was supposed to be an election in March. That's why we couldn't have the
venue,
QuikFlag at. Yeah, that's why.
Yep.
So okay, I'll say right now we are facing a few problems that we have to solve first. One being the venue. Secondly, obstacles. And then thirdly, getting players back. I know number 3 is definitely doable, but just that I do want to see actual players coming back first. And we did think of maybe we could have bring your own tent. That's what Ryan said, or bring your own obstacle. Because you think about it, like we could have a place, but do you really want, like, let's say me, or let's say like a few hosts or a team of hosts or team of the QuikFlag KH, the key appointment holders, to bring all the obstacles or to store it at one person's place? I mean, it's a bit of effort on the host part in addition to hosting the game. So maybe if we could foster a committee or a community of players trying to chip in a bit. Let's say bring your own obstacle, maybe find a place to play. I think that would help a lot.
Yeah, I think so too. Coming back to the BYOT, bring your own tent, because one tent doesn't really cost much, and no, our blasters cost a lot more. We even do darts. We order darts a lot, right? So I think we can look into having tents as a standard item to start bringing. I don't know. It's just exploring options right now.
Maybe
That's what we've been doing, exploring options.
Maybe we could set, instead of charging people to play game to come play QuikFlag, instead we could have bring at least 2 obstacles, then come play. 2 obstacles, because you have to make it symmetrical lah. So have 2 obstacles, then your team can come and play. I mean, because QuikFlag itself, right? Yes, I know it's possible to host at Potong Pasir, but right now it's not a very sure thing that we can play at Potong Pasir. So why not extend this helping hand to the hosts by, let's say, helping bring in obstacles, or even helping recommend some places that we could play in. I feel that everyone that plays QuikFlag or is part of this QuikFlag player base could do small things to help out, and then of course bring QuikFlag alive again.
That's right. We just need the players back lah. Yeah.
Yeah,
but and I feel that with the diversity of games these days, especially with the jump start of the eco war, so players are having more diversity in games, and we are really pulling more and more people. They'll be like, "Whoa, I didn't know you host this kind of games, dude." So I'm sure where from one game we have certain kinds of players, they might be attracted to QuikFlag. So can just pick and pull people like, hey guys, we're having QuikFlag this weekend. I'm not hosting any jungle war games this weekend. Why don't you just come down? Support the community. Yeah.
So
and it is nice lah that we have diversity in games now.
Correct. I mean, we still need more Ravins.
Sashi is not Ravin level. Nah.
We need more Ravi and Sashis.
Oh.
Do you remember the first ever QuikFlag I I hosted that a team of 5 against team of 5, like I said, my team against GBI back then.
Yeah.
We were literally looking at each other without any obstacles in between.
Oh yeah. That was the that was fun.
That was like the definition of like underground QuikFlag, you know. We have
Yeah.
no obstacles at all, or very little, just the venue, and there's only one thing on the player's mind: to play a competitive game mode like QuikFlag. That's what the mindset of these two teams, Hack and GBI, had.
Yes.
And slowly we made it into Potong Pasir CC, and then more teams came up.
Was that first game at Sims, right?
No, it was not. It was at Dover. It's not demolished. It was a
Oh,
void deck
okay.
in Dover.
Oh no, don't.
You
Yeah.
literally, I did not play that day. I can sense like you could literally see your opponent right in front. So if you're fast enough, you could just shoot them while they're trying. Once the whistle
run.
blows, you can just literally shoot them already.
Mm.
So, but the great part of that is that the players did not complain. They were all like, okay, it's part of the game. Let's just carry on. Let's try playing it better. Trying to improve our tactics, trying to improve our gameplay, our probably how we move to the nearest obstacle. So honestly, while obstacles is a thing, but it's like I feel like it's just the passion that these two teams really had to just play this one game mode, and that's what I really liked about.
Okay.
Legends.
That is quick flex. Well, with that said, I think we will need to end off our podcast over here. And yes, Wolfie say thanks for hosting this live chat. They said that he now have a better idea about QuikFlag, which is good.
Thanks for inviting me, guys, to your first podcast.
And thank
Yes,
you,
of course,
everyone.
no problem. And before we end off this, we would actually like to tell you about our next podcast, which is happening. Is it next week, Ryan? I think I didn't.
Next week.
It's next week.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's next week.
It's next same day, same time. It's on Wednesday. Oh, by the way, if you are gonna actually wait, never mind. We are gonna put this on Facebook and YouTube if for those who have missed it. Yeah. This Sunday. Yeah, and then so next Wednesday will be a podcast. The next Wednesday podcast will the special guest will be none other than our boss Jon, the
Yes.
guy who started and found
Started
Urban
it
Tech.
all.
Yes. So it will be between me, Gideon, and Urban Tech, the three guys that was with Boss when we started Urban Tech. And we will be talking about how it all started. Yeah, with everything lah. We'll let you guys know when you guys come for the chat because it'll be quite fun.
The history of
Yeah,
Urban
the
Tactical.
The
The
history like,
back
back
then,
all the way back in 2017, 3 years ago when it all started.
Yeah.
when the wind blow and then obstacles fly,
And we were
Man.
playing at the top of car park.
puddles everywhere.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
going to share this with with a few of my international Nerfer contacts, especially in America, because they're interested in how UT formed.
Yes,
Yeah.
you should.
And
And
angry presidents
yeah.
that come down.
And also we do have actually do stay tuned for more podcasts to come because we are going to have more special guests. It's not just going to be local. Gideon has a guest with Taiwan. Mortality has a guest with Malaysia. I on the other hand have a special guest with Australia, which is a lot of interesting things happening over there.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say your girlfriend.
Okay. How about this? We have a
Japan.
podcast where all three of us invite our girlfriend online and talk. How about this? Huh? All three of us here from the original
Special
Fine Mark team.
podcast.
Yeah, there's no podcast. There's a triple date online.
You want to do couple flag, right? It's
yes,
on.
It's on.
It's on.
Wait. I just realized this. The three of us, right,
Except for
are the
Gideon.
original Fine Mark,
Yeah.
and then we all had girlfriend last year at the same time. So it's time for couple flag. Yes. Hey, you just wait for Gideon's one to fly over to Singapore.
Until now, he has still not arranged anything. I think it's time, gentlemen.
All right. With that, we'll end the podcast over here, guys.
Do let me know though if you want to bring someone from New Zealand.
Oh, hey, sorry. What's the girlfriend's name of Min2? Sorry, Naomi, are you watching this? You're being He's not being
I don't know
loyal
whether
again.
she left or not.
Don't make her leave lah. See lah, guys. See lah.
Yo.
What's what happen?
It'll take her like 10 seconds later to reply, cause like.
Just looking at the chat.
Yep. I mean, we end the
Yep.
podcast here already, so if you feel free
Yep.
to talk anything. Oh, Naomi is here. Oh,
Yes.
oh, there goes.
Yeah, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Min2 has GF, man. Have. He has a GF. Probably.
I think my face looks like. Face of a
Maybe
virgin,
next time we will do a probably one way next time, right? We will just do a podcast on just the three of us with our GF. Okay, you can just see.
Oh, this one the
Yeah,
family.
that's
This one
right.
really family show.
Gideon will do a LDR.
Hey, it's online, man. It's online.
What? Yours?
All right,
No
so
matter where you are around the world, it's joinable.
all right, so can I make a closer for you guys?
Yes, please go ahead.
All right, guys, we've come to the end of the first podcast with Urban Tactical. Your host, Ryan Mortality, Gideon, and one time me, Jonathan. And of
And
course,
our special
Merlionmen.
And our special guest tonight, Min2. Oh,
yes,
Right.
of QuikFlag,
QuikFlag.
QuikFlag, and also
Singapore.
GBI for paintball. Yeah. And do stay tuned for the next episode on where the UT's main boss is gonna be here.
Yeah.
He's gonna talk about the rise of UT, how is Urban Tactical formed, what was his inspirations, what's his motivations of forming Urban Tactical, and what's the challenges. I think he has a lot to say and a very big story to tell. So I'll catch you guys soon.
All right, bye guys. See you.
Bye.
Bye bye.